Morning everybody, Paul Duncan here from Competitive Edge Coaching and Dominate Your Market. Hope you had a fantastic morning and welcome to another episode of Marketing Monday. So just sort of want to touch base from last week, which was blocking out time for your networking. So hopefully you've got your calendar all organised and you've allocated some time each week, each fortnight or each month, depends on your marketing plan, to allocate some time that you're going to be focusing on getting out there and networking, whether that's to networking groups or meeting new people each day. You've got a set agenda of maybe meeting 3 or 4 new people each day, or having one breakfast meeting each week, whatever the case may be, but you need to be blocking that out and put it into your calendar, because if you don't, then it'll never happen. So, hopefully you've done all that. So this week it moves on to the next sequence, which is identifying your ideal client or your preferred client. Now, this is very, very important, because we tend to think that because people are out there, they want to use our services, they want to use our products, but it's not about pretty much them using us. It's what the ideal clients that we want to work with. So those A and B grade customers. So you need to get a little bit of a profile, and you might hear out there a few sort of buzz terms around getting your avatar or your ideal person or all that stuff. It all rolls into one. It's about the people that are in your A and B grade client base. So it might be the people that pay on time or do the work. In my case, it's as a coach, I want people to be very motivated about doing the work, because if they don't do the work, they're not going to get the results. So you need to be identifying all that. But what I want you to think about is, imagine if you had a database, or really a Rolex, if you sort of know what a Rolex is. But if you can just go to a Rolex and pick out everybody in that Rolex, imagine is your ideal client, right? The people that are going to be paying the high ticket items for you, that are going to be doing the work, purchasing your products, not complaining, but most of all, they're going to be a referral, or what I call a raving fan. So when you do work with them, they're going to go out and actually promote your business. So depends on what all that is. But imagine if you had a database that you can actually tap into. Now, that's what I'm going to talk about today. So what you need to do, or the action plan for this week, is to really identify what your ideal preferred client is. Now, I'm going to put a worksheet up on my Facebook group if you need a little bit of a template to go down to. But pretty much it's a pretty simple thing to ask some questions and document down. So if you're into a business to consumer sort of service and business, then you've got to be asking things like the gender of the people, the family structure, things like the household income, location, the education of the people. I mean, are they home buyers or renters? I mean, all those sort of questions that really need to be answered, and then you start sort of knuckling down of your ideal client from there. Now, if you're in a business to business scenario like myself, I mean, you could be asking yourself things like the location, because you don't want to be, unless you've got an online system like myself, you want to have a little bit of close location to where you are. You don't want to be traveling too much. Excuse me. Number of employees might be one of the things as well. If you're in the HR field, or something around recruitment, then you want to be asking, the number of employees, because if they don't have any employees and they don't have any employment issues, then recruiting and taking them through those workplace relations, if that's what your business is not going to resonate with that. Turnover and income might be one of the other ones. Type of business, the niches, if you allocate or you work around certain niches or industries. Size of business might be another one as well. You might work with husband and wife teams, small operators, or you might work on the high Fortune 500 companies, and you actually need a high turnover and a high sort of a lot of departments. If you work with a lot of teams, all those sort of things. You could be a leadership business, work around helping businesses with leadership. So you want a good structured team in there. You don't want to work with the husband and wife. So all those sort of things you need to be identifying, so then you can really knuckle down and funnel down into your ideal clients. So that's your pretty much action plan for this week. Really look down, make some real notes, and really identify your ideal target market. Then we'll work on next week, which is how to recruit a word of mouth marketing team. Okay, now this for next week we'll talk about how you get those people, where they're all allocated, and how to identify them and speak to them. But the what you've really got to be looking at is it's a as I said before, it's a recipe to success. So it's just a formula that you need to keep on moving from each week to get there, and you'll eventually find that you'll have your marketing plan all set up right from it. So, look, thanks guys for tuning in, and hope you have a fantastic day, and look forward to catching up next week. As always, if you need some help or need a little bit of advice, feel free to give me a call or personal message me, and we'll organise to catch up for a quick call, and hopefully we can get you moving. Take care, and we'll talk soon.